Well, hello and welcome once again. It's Dane Scott Studio Takes. Been a while. I've got some fun things for you today, all related to voiceover. From now on, Studio Takes is all about voiceover. And so a little bit of a change in focus. We'll be talking about how that's all going to come about, and also be giving you some tips on how you can kind of stay on top of things while you're doing a voiceover and while you're proofing it. Coming up.
3, 2, 1.
Studio Takes. Real help for the aspiring voiceover artist.
Well, welcome once again. You can see something different up here. I just want to make you aware of the fact that we're splitting things off just a little bit so that the studio takes are going to be strictly voiceover from now on. Not talking about Fiverr, or not talking about it much probably. And then the other will be a whole series of videos that we're going to call just The Gig Doctor, and they're going to be about ways to improve your performance on Fiverr and to be more successful on there. So those will be their own separate playlist in the Dane Scott channel over there on YouTube. The Studio Takes, I think we'll probably do both Studio Takes and Gig Doctor in the podcasts. And then we'll also have shorter versions of both the Gig Doctor and Studio Takes. The Studio Take ones, the short ones, will be called Quick Takes, and the shorter version of the Gig Doctor ones will be called Fiverr Flash. So it should be fun. We're introducing a new fun kind of a cartoonish character who will be my mascot on the Fiverr ones too. So stick around for that. That's coming soon. We've already been having fun setting that all up. All right, but that's about it for right now. And I just wanted to mention the fact that don't be surprised when the Studio Takes are no longer talking about Fiverr so much. And then just also don't despair. If that's been the main thing you've been following us for, there's going to be a whole new series that you can subscribe to. And those will be available on YouTube separately in their own playlist. Stick around till the end today. We're going to have a $30 discount for you on a full 1-hour coaching session. And so I'll be giving you the coupon code for that coming up. That is exclusive to this video and to the podcast. So again, stay tuned for the coupon code. Right now I want to get to it and talk about a couple of things related to voiceover here that I have found to be very useful. In one case, something I just discovered, and a lot of times that's what prompts me to do these things, is I'll go, oh, I got to share that. That's really neat. Well, let me just tell you what I run into, and maybe you can relate to this. Let's say you're doing a voiceover, and you're recording along. Let's say I'm in the third paragraph about halfway down in this one, and it says, it's packed with cutting-edge technology like the Follow Me feature that lets you take amazing videos of yourself without using the comptroller. Okay, I just accidentally said comptroller on purpose because it's actually controller, but I wanted to make my point here. So let's say I'm recording that, and I go, oh, maybe I'll just stop and fix that right now. And sometimes I do that. It just kind of depends on the circumstances. Sometimes I'll just leave all of the outtakes and I'll come back to them later. Sometimes I'll just, if it's not going to be where I have a lot of them to do, I'll just stop and then I'll just drop in and do it again. So I go back in the recording. I find where I left off that was good. And then I get ready to record and I look back over at the script and I go, where was I again? Do you ever do that? I do that all the time. Okay. For that, and for the other thing that I'm going to show you, I've got a couple of tricks in mind. Let's say it's during the course of the recording. What you can do is to find a place on the screen where you'd like your eyes to be all the time. Let's say it's right where this line is right here. Okay. This is where I want my eyes to be all the time when I'm doing my voiceover. And maybe I can even line it up with something in the screensaver in the background, like maybe we want to hover it right alongside of the E here in the coach. Okay. So now, as I scroll up, I'm going to keep my eyes about level with the coach, and I'm going to read my way down as I'm going. Okay. So now I make a mistake. Well, okay, now the place where my eyes are going to scan to, if I have to go back and pick up where I left off, is going to be right in line with, the coach over here, my little landmark. So for that reason, a background that has something that you can kind of landmark against is kind of handy. So let's say that you got your script up there, you're looking at your wallpaper background, and you say, okay, this is what I want to line it up with. So from now on, I'm going to continue to track my eyes right there, and as I scroll down, my eyes are going to follow right here. So I'm scrolling as I'm reading, If I make a mistake, I look away, and then I look back. Okay, well, this is where I was, right here. So boom, I know right where I'm not lost. I don't have to hunt around again. Okay, so that's kind of handy in itself. Now, let's say that you're going back now and you're going to do the proofing. Let me center this a little better for you. For those who are listening in, just try to kind of picture what I'm saying here in the podcast. But I think you're getting the idea. You just want to have the copy lined up in such a way that there's something on the background of your wallpaper that you're going to use as your reference point for where you're going to be looking while you're reading, so that as you scroll, you're scrolling past that point and you're just continuing your eyes pretty much in the same place. So you're not scrolling down with your eyes, you're just scrolling up with the mouse instead. Now let's get back to talking about proofing. You've got your recording all done. Now what? All right. Well, the first thing that you want to do, probably, if you're like me, is to listen back while you're playing it and listen for anything that you go, that wasn't so good. I'll do that part again. Or, that was a mistake. I got to fix that, and so forth. Again, if you're scrolling like this and then you're looking up at what you're recording and you're making your fixes and you re-record something, then you look back down and go, oh, where was I again? It happens to me again a lot. It happens to me a lot. What I do for that is I make the top of the window, the first line that I'm seeing, the part where my eyes are going to scan. So as I'm following along with the recording, I'm scrolling down and I'm putting my eyes right here. And as I'm listening back, I'm continuing to scroll down. Okay, the problem is when you get down to the end, depending on what you're viewing it in, you may have this situation. You can scroll all the way to the bottom, and in some cases, it may actually look more like this. When you're scrolled all the way to the bottom, it's like right here. So what you can do there is add some carriage returns at the end of your script. Just go enter, 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 enter. I'm just going to hold down enter. And I just added about a page of carriage returns. Now I can scroll all the way to the very end of the script. See that? And so I can see the click on the button of this video to get yours at 50% off now is right at the top. So now I can proof all the way from the top to the bottom and always keep what I'm looking at right at the top of the screen. No more getting lost. It seems like such a silly, simple thing, and yet it's kind of a world changer for me because I'm doing voiceover so much that it's one of those little annoyances that we can solve in a simple way by just using some simple landmarks or choosing where we want our eyes to scan as we're doing our recording and as we're doing our proofing. Okay, I did promise you a little discount today. Actually, it's a pretty nice discount. If you would like to save $30 on a voiceover coaching session, all you got to do is go over to thegigdoctor.com and choose coaching, and you'll see the 1-hour session there. This is the primary, or let's say the initial session, and you can choose that, put in a coupon code SEP2130, as in September 21, 30, as in $30 savings. So SEP2130, SEP2130, put that in as a coupon code, and you'll save yourself $30 on a $99 initial coaching session together where we go all through your current abilities. We talk about your goals and aspirations and kind of set a trajectory for your voiceover life. I would love to hear some comments from you on things that have worked well for you. Tell us what you do that has been a great voiceover hack that's helped to make your life better. Watch for those new Gig Doctor and Fiverr Flash videos coming up very soon with their very own mascot. I'm Dane Scott.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, I think.
Hello, cutie pie.
Until I heard the voice, I'd never done a crazy thing in my whole life.
Goodbye.